Hello everybody, this is Cassie with Northwoods Pilates, and today we're going to do an intermediate Pilates mat workout. If you're new to Pilates, I would suggest that you search my channel for the basic 5 mat and start there. So let's get started. We're going to start with the 100, and so go ahead, lie back. You're going to bring those legs to tabletop and then come up into your upper ab curl and pump the arms. It's an inhale for 5 pumps of the arms, and exhale for 5. Your legs can be at your working level, so that might be with the feet on the floor, the legs at tabletop as you see, or maybe extended up toward the ceiling or even reaching lower down. You want to find a spot for the legs where it feels like a good challenge, it feels like core work, but not like you're putting any extra strain on the low back. If your head or neck starts to bother you at any point, you can always bring your head back down. Really just warming up the body here, those nice big inhales and exhales. Pumping those arms, trying to get them up and possibly even over that abdominal wall with each pump. Good, we're going to straighten out those legs, go right into your roll up so arms can stretch overhead. You're going to inhale, tuck the chin, curl forward, exhale and stretch, round the spine forward toward those feet. Roll down like you're rolling under a low ceiling and then stretch the arms overhead. The breathing is inhale halfway up, exhale to stretch. Same on the way down, inhale halfway down, and then exhale all the way back. You're trying to really curl through the spine as much as possible. If it's too much work to have those legs straight, you could try bending the knees and digging your heels down into the mat. That might help just a little bit. Really using your breath with your movement here. It'll help when you get to those kind of sticky points. Powerful exhale through that part. Good. One more here, that rolling up. Exhale, roll all the way back down. And then arms down beside you, single leg circles. Reach that right leg up toward the ceiling and draw nice big circles across the midline of the body and back around. That other leg is anchoring you in place. 5 in one direction and then reverse. 5 in that other direction. Once you finish, you're just going to do a scissor, switch sides, and go right into that opposite leg. The leg that is moving, you're going to have a little soft point with that toe to lengthen through the back of the leg and then reverse direction, 5 more circles there. And then hug the leg in, rock up to seated. We're going to do a little rolling like a ball. So you're going to hold onto those shins, curling back, and then exhale to come back up. Rolling like a ball is our first rolling exercise. You're really warming up the spine here. It's meant to be a breathing exercise. So you're going to inhale back to those shoulders, exhale up to the sits bones. Keeping your chin tucked forward that whole time. If holding onto your shins is too much of a challenge, you can do rolling like a ball with your hands back behind the backs of your legs as well. Transitioning to stomach series, roll your spine down, hug one leg in and then the other. Single leg stretch. That upper half of the body is staying super still. You're just drawing one leg in and press. 5 on each leg here. Both legs in, double leg stretch and back around. So arms and legs stretch out and then arms can circle in as those knees hug back in. You can also just stretch the arms straight back and bring them straight back in. Right into your scissors, legs up toward the ceiling, 2 stretches and 2 stretches. Lifting and lengthening that leg. Trying to stretch out those tight hamstrings. Good, one more on each side. Both legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head, double leg lower lift. So you're going to lower the legs down and pull them back up. Powerful exhales as you draw back in. These don't have to be very big either, just going to your working level. And then elbow to knee, we're going to crisscross across your body, trying to really lift the shoulder up and off of the mat, 5 in each direction. And then roll back down. You're going to hug the leg and come up to seated for your spine stretch. So both legs are going to stretch out in front of you. Arms can reach up toward the ceiling. Big inhale and exhale, curling your spine forward. Inhale to stack nice and tall and then exhale to round. Your goal here is really that rounding in the spine. Less about how far you go and more about curving the spine forward. One more. And then we'll get ready for that open leg rocker. So you're going to scoot forward, hands back behind the calves. One leg at a time, we're going to stretch the leg up toward the ceiling and back down. Holding your balance there. If it's too much to hold behind the calves, you could always hold on back behind the backs of the legs as well. And then do both legs together at the same time, stretching them out and folding them back in. And then we're going to open and close with those legs outstretched. Legs come shoulder distance, and you can roll back to those shoulders and then roll back up. Just like rolling like a ball, we're doing those 2 balance points. So back on your shoulders and then up on your sits bones. Inhaling back, exhaling to come up. Getting that nice massage of the spine as you move. Let's come all the way back up, and we'll get ready to transition here. So you're going to roll down, legs together, slide your hands under your hip bones for corkscrew. So small circles, alternating directions. The circles really don't have to be big. It'll be a lot of work just to hold those legs up toward the ceiling there. And then hug the legs in. Take a little stretch. Rock your way up to seated. We're going to do saw next. So legs are going to come nice and wide, at least hip distance, if not wider. Arms are going to stretch out at your sides. One big inhale, and then exhale to twist across. Sitting tall in the center and reaching. Really anchoring those sits bones in place. All of that rotation, all of that twist is coming from that rib cage. Lengthening forward. Good. We're going to turn over onto your stomach and do some swan. So legs together here if it feels okay on your low back. Hands are going to press in as you lift up the head and chest to extend the spine, and then exhale to come back down. Initiating that movement by lifting the belly, opening the back, and then those hands can assist at the top and range. Opening those shoulders. One more swan here. And then push back for that child's pose. If child's pose doesn't feel good for your knees, feel free to take any stretch that does. After we do that extension work, it's good to just round the spine a little bit. And then we're going to come back onto your stomach, kind of bracing yourself on your elbows, so almost a half plank position for single leg kicks. 2 kicks at a time. Toward your back side. You can flex, point to come down, flex, point to come down. If you want to add in that little bit of footwork, the whole time really pressing those arms down, lifting out of the shoulders. Hands or eyes can just look right at the hands there. Good, and then lay all the way flat for double leg kicks. So hands on your back, both legs together, 3 kicks with both feet toward your backside. Feet down, head and chest, lift for that extension, and then 3 kicks facing the other direction. So really combining the inhale and the extension here. So as you inhale, you're going to take that nice big lift, and then exhale, turn to the other side, 3 kicks, and then lift back tall. Opening the head and chest. Good. And then that child's pose again, just to round out the spine after doing that little bit of extension work. Just breathing there and taking that little bit of relaxation. And then we're going to get ready for neck pull. So you're going to come up to seated, stretch those legs out in front of you, about hip distance apart, nice tall spine here. Arms can come out in front of you. You're going to hinge the body back and then roll your spine back down. The movement to come back up is just like your roll up. You're going to round the spine forward, stretching toward those toes. Stack nice and tall, hinge back, exhale, tuck the tail and rolling down. That curling forward and that big stretch at the top. Getting both that hinging movement and that rolling movement through the spine. And then that lengthening out at the top. Good. Inhaling halfway, exhale to roll down. Arms can come down beside you. We're going to do shoulder bridge. So feet hip distance apart. You're going to inhale, tilt the hips back, lift the tailbone up off the mat, and then exhale to roll back down. Making that pressure through the feet nice and even. Really making your goal here being that smooth articulation of the spine. So that piece by piece lifting up and piece by piece lengthening back down. Trying to get those hips in a straight line with the knees and the shoulders, if that's accessible to you. Arms just gently pressing down. Let's come all the way up, and then we're going to get ready for our spine twist. So legs all the way together, arms out at your side. 2 twists on that exhale. So big inhale in the center, and then exhale, twist and twist. Lower half of your body is staying completely still. That rotation is through the rib cage. And on that second rotation, just getting a little bit more movement. And then let's come all the way down for jackknife. You're going to bring those legs overhead, lift the hips up. And then exhale, roll back down, feet out to 45 degrees. Inhale to roll back, piking up at the top. And then exhale back down. If jackknife is too much work, you could try baby jackknife, where you just do kind of little mini lifts up and off of the floor there. One more jackknife here. Rolling that spine all the way back down, and then getting ready for those side leg kicks. So you're going to turn to one side. If it's comfortable, you can prop yourself up on that elbow. If not, you can lay flat. Legs are going to come out in front of your body about 45 degrees. And then we're going to do sweeps first. 2 kicks to the front and 2 kicks to the back. In this video, we're going to do kind of 3 repetitions of each leg movement. For our side leg kick series, you're going to externally rotate the leg for bot mat. Point the toes, lift the leg up, flex the heel to come back down. 3 there, and then reverse the foot. Flex up, point the toes long. That reaching and lengthening. 1 more. Coming down for développé. Bend the knees, slide the leg up toward the ceiling. Straight leg, flex foot back down. Point the toes as you lift up. Flex to come down. And then all the way back down. We're going to reverse, flex foot up, straight leg, bend, press back down. Getting that closing of the leg as you come down. 1 more there. Leg to hip height for rond de jambe. You're going to sweep the leg forward, reach it back behind you. Rond de jambe can be a lot of work. You're really just working for evenness as much as possible. Go the other direction, sweep the leg back, and then lift it up and over in front. Good. And then take the leg over. You can hold on to that ankle or set the knee down. Just the bottom leg is going to lift and lower 3 times, and then see if you can draw circles with that leg 3 times, and reverse for another 3. And then let the leg rest on top of the other one. You're going to lie flat on the arm, lift the top leg to hip height, just lift and lower that bottom leg 3 times, and then lift the bottom leg up, both legs lower, both legs lift. Another set of 3 there. Keep them lifted, little sweeps front to back, and then balancing on the hips, slow big scissors. 1 leg sweeps forward, 1 leg sweeps back behind you. 3 on each side there. Come all the way down. We're going to turn to the other side and do that same series on the other leg. So starting propped up on that hand, if that's comfortable for you, legs out in front, top hand can press in. You're going to sweep forward with that top leg twice and sweep back behind you twice. Flexing the foot forward and then pointing the toes back. Bring the leg back over, externally rotate and reach down. Point the toes up, flex the toes, and then we're going to reverse just the foot. So flex up, point the toes down. That reaching and lengthening long as you come down. 1 more. All the way down for développé. Bend the knee, slide the leg up, straight leg back down. Reaching as you extend that leg out. We're going to reverse direction. Straight leg lift up, bend the knee, press the leg back long. Trying to get that external rotation the whole time, so really opening the thigh knee toward the ceiling. Top leg to hip height, rond de jambe, sweep the leg forward and then reach it back behind you. Anchoring down with that bottom leg, and then reverse directions. 3 rond de jambe in that direction. The last one, bring that leg over, grab onto that foot. You can lift and lower just the bottom leg 3 times there, and then draw those circles with that entire leg, reaching out of that hip bone, and then the other way. You can lie all the way flat, 1 straight line with the body. Top hand can press in, top leg to hip height, lift and lower just that bottom leg. And then both legs together, you're going to lower them both and lift them both 3 times. Keep them lifted, do some little tiny sweeps. And then slow it down, big scissors. Good. Turn to your back. We're going to get ready for teaser. Legs to tabletop, hands back behind those legs, that controlled movement. You're going to inhale, tuck the chin, curl up, find your balance at the top. Exhale, bend the knees and roll back down. Inhale, that press of the legs into the hands can help propel you up to your teaser, and then exhale and rolling the spine down. Working on finding that ultimate balance point. Try 3 without holding on. You can lift the body up and then exhale back down. If that is too much work, you can go back to the version where you hold on as well. We're shooting for 6 teasers total. On this last one, we're going to transition down into hip circles. So you're going to be on your elbows, lifting out of those shoulders, just like corkscrew. You're going to alternate your circles. Really, people tend to slump in their shoulders here, so really press down with those elbows to keep the head and chest lifted. 3 in each direction, and then we're going to turn to your stomach for swimming. Arms can stretch out in front of you, legs straight out behind you. Lift up the head and chest, arms and legs, and then flutter kicks. So you're in that kind of gentle extension here. Eyes can be forward on those fingers. Each inhale, maybe just trying to lift up a teeny tiny bit higher. Maintaining that swim, breathing as deeply as you can here, and then sit back into that child's pose. And then we're going to come forward and get ready for our seal. So you're going to be seated. Hands can thread through the insides of the legs and hold onto your ankles. Both feet are going to lift up off the floor, and then you're going to clap the feet 3 times. Inhale to roll back, and then exhale to roll back up in those 3 claps again. If it's too much work to have the hands kind of through the middle of the legs there, you can always hold on back behind those thighs. And you can tell when I make a mistake because I start to laugh. So you're going to inhale to curl back, exhale to come back up. 3 claps of those feet. Working just on those 2 balance points again. And having those nice deep breaths. Good. And then we'll come up to standing and get ready for your push-up. Heels together, toes apart. With those arms lifted, you're going to roll up to your toes and then do a standing roll down here, nice and controlled. Trying to keep those heels lifted. Once your hands come down, walk out into your high plank. From here, 3 tricep presses. And then you're going to drop the head forward, walk your hands back in. Still find that little lift in the heels. Roll your spine back up piece by piece. And find that nice, tall balance at the top. And there you have it. That is our intermediate Pilates mat workout. To learn more, visit us at www.northwoodspilates.com.